besties, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you guys are seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Maya and I like to talk about books here on the internet. You guys, it's been a month. It was a month for a lot of things, okay? Guys, we are in a new month and that definitely means a new TBR needs to be had. So we're gonna hold off on that for a second. I'm so professional here, guys. I have outlined what I want to talk about in this video in terms of this upcoming month because I am filming this prior to this month. So I'm filming it in April 28th, so close to the actual month, and then we're gonna be dropping the video in we're gonna be dropping the video in May. May 2nd, I believe, is the first Saturday of the month. Speaking of, we are gonna be posting videos this upcoming month, Wednesday and Saturday. Does this remind any of my older viewers of something in particular that happened on my channel that required me to film Wednesday and Saturdays? Well, yes, you guys would be correct. Readathon 4.0 was a readathon that I participated in. It was a team-based competitive readathon, and now I am going to be participating in Escape the Readathon, which is another competitive team-based readathon, and this is more inspired by an escape room-esque type vibe where all of us are on a cruise. At first, it's light, happy, exciting, adventurous, and then suddenly someone dies. And now it's an escape for our lives, and only one team gets to come out alive, and I hope that it is Team Podcasters, because that is the team that I have decided to join. Now, I will be linking her original video in the description box down below, so definitely go check that out. It's an interesting setup for a readathon, so I'm not going to have a physically set TBR. Everything that you see in the background, anything that's not on my shelves, that I own, the library, going shopping at the bookstore, is all fair game. Shopping online at Amazon, that could be a little bit dangerous. It's all fair game in this competition for this month for my TBR. Now, I will say I have a few things in mind that I want to keep at top of mind, and some of it has to do with my reading plans for this month, which kind of correlate with the plans that I had last month and are going to continue to correlate with each other until I get it done. So I said for my April reading plans video that I would be wanting to do a character creation video. A character creation for what, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. I am going to be creating a character for G from Book Roast Readathon that will be hosted in August. I mean, she hosts it all the time throughout the year, but I am going to be participating in the one in August because that makes more sense for me and gives me more time to create the character, go on the novice path, and then get to Aurelian by the time the academy opens for the semester. And basically her readathon, the magical readathon, is a readathon based in D&D elements, basically a role-playing game where you build your character, you go down this path, you get to the school, and then you get to live out your character's life through the school year and get them into the career that they choose and all the learning leading up to that. And then also there's some side quests, there's some fun festivals, there's things like that all throughout the year. So, you know, it's definitely a good time. It's very thought through. It's something that you would definitely want to invest your time in. I want to create the character through the reading prompts that she gave us at the very, very beginning of the creation of this readathon. Y'all don't have to do that when you create your characters, and you could create as many as you want. English, Maya, use it, my gosh. Okay, you can create your character just by way of filling out a form. I just like to make it hard for myself and use the prompts. So I gave you guys the prompts in April for my character. Insert that here. Let me tell you a little bit about my character. So my character's name is Estrella, or Star in Spanish. She is a wilding. She is from the province, I guess, of Etheria, and she is an elf. So in order to create this character through the reading prompts that were assigned to us, for her background as a wilding, I need to read a book largely set in a forest or outside. I have decided to read The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. Then for the prompt of the province, I am from Etheria, so I have to read a book that features fae or elven characters. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Last but certainly not least, for my heritage, because I am an elf, I need to read a book with moon or stars on the cover or title. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be reading Zodiac Academy, and this is written by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Going in order of the prompts then, the Tea Dragon Society, I did complete that. I'm not going to say the star rating because that is for the wrap-up. That'll be the next video that is going to be posted on Wednesday, so stay tuned. Gotta have you coming back for more, right? And then there was the second book, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. As of the day that I am filming this video, I have not completed it. However, I am making it my entire mission to have it completed by the end of this month, so in less than 48 hours. So that leaves us with only one book that wasn't even started, and that was the Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, a book that I hope to complete as one of the first books of this readathon, to complete building my character, which is going to be its own entire reading vlog. Another video that I wanted to do for last month and that I want to start this month as well, but probably won't finish for a good couple of months, but is something that I am just gonna hype up right now because it is gonna be done, is going down the novice path, which is a path that leads us to Aurelium. And again, newbies, we don't have to do this, but I want to do this. I wanted to get the full experience, but I also wanted to give me time to be able to do all of that and then be able to participate in the fall semesters if I'm coming into my freshman year. And so for that, I need to start on those prompts, and I actually gave you guys the books that I wanted to do for those prompts. I'll insert the footage here. The Novice Path entrance, and that is to read a book with a map. I am going to be reading The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. We're going to the Ash-Torn Tree. I need to read a book that keeps tempting you or is on the top of your TBR to be read list. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. We're then going to go to The Mist of Solitude. And for that, I need to read a standalone. And for this prompt, I have decided to read The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, The Ruin of the Sky, S-K-Y-E. And for that, I need to read a book featuring ghosts or a haunted house or other supernatural elements. And for this one, I am reading Pet Sematary by Stephen King, Obsidian Falls. And for that, I need to read a thriller or a mystery book. And so I am choosing Secrets Never Die by Vincent Rao. We are going to be going to the Tower of Rumination, and for that I need to read a 5-star prediction. And so my 5-star prediction, to no one's surprise, is going to be Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. And then last but certainly not least, the Aurelium Academy arc. I need to read a book with a school setting. Bless everything, 9 Liars by Maureen Johnson. And I am hoping this month to get my hands on The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, which covers the prompt to read a book with a map inside of it. And as you can see, it does complete that prompt. I also am trying to start a video where I read the amazing duology that is The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo and The Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. But that is not all for the reading vlogs that I want to do. I also want to do a dedicated reading vlog to Sunrise on the Reaping. This is by Suzanne Collins. I had quite a lot to say about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes when I hauled this book, I believe. So I will insert that footage and kind of my thoughts on this book and why I want to read it. Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Now listen, I literally just posted my unhaul, and within that I unhauled the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I have reasons for doing that and reasons for never watching the movie, and I feel like they are justified. However, I have been listening to what people are saying about this book, and my issue with the last book was not the world or how it came to be. It was who we were following. And like, I don't care in any capacity that his story was not justified. President knows. I don't care that his story was not justified. I don't want any context to this man, because for me, context often equates to empathy for a character in any sort of capacity, and this man murdered children for entertainment for years as a punishment. And from what I am reading, this happened prior to his birth. So he grew up in this world and maintained this world. Absolutely not. He had the power to make a different decision, and he didn't. And I don't care the reasons why. I don't care about his methods or his madness. I don't want to hear it. However, I do care about the world. I do care about the perspectives beyond that. And so when I heard that this was from Haymitch's perspective, one, I love Haymitch. Okay, like from the book, he kind of grossed me out, but the actor who played him really played him as a likable person. And you come to find out, you come to like him in the books for sure, but like first impressions were awful. What I'm trying to get at here is he became a likable character later on in the books, and who he was played by made him likable in the movies. So like book and movie, you came to like him. I want to know how he got to be who he was, because you don't go through what you go through in those games and stay the same person. You just don't. There are things in life that change you permanently. And I have experienced nowhere near this level of just horror and tragedy, real life horror and tragedy, murdering someone or getting murdered. The way that the stakes change you when awful choices become a survival method, that is something we cannot comprehend if we have not gone through it. And this author is writing from the point of view of characters who have. So I am tentatively putting expectations, and I think this author will meet it, hands down, no questions asked. I'm putting some expectation on this book to provide more of a perspective of this world, and also show the difference of life pre-games to the mindset that you had to just really quickly switch to, even during the training. Like immediately after your name gets called, okay, now we're in survival mode. Now we need to figure out, okay, what's going on. And I want to see the anger. I want to see the distress. Like, for as awful as this sounds, I want to see all of those real, raw, passionate, just like awful feelings come to the surface. I want to see the real, and I want them to yell it out. I want to experience what they're going through and get mad with them. I want to feel that. Like, I want this to make me mad because of what it became. And looking back at the world and like it being part of my dystopian phase, even then, like, I hated certain things about the world, but now there's more of an acute just like anger at this world and at the people within this world, and it really shows, like, the amount of just like hatred that I have for President Snow. I didn't even know I had that back then. Like, I disliked him for sure, and you know, I had all of these bad feelings about all of these bad people, but I kid you not, there has been such a raw just like with this world that I'm just like, I need someone to see it too. I need these characters to see it too. I need them to rail against the system. I need them to really be honest about what they're feeling here, because what in the world is this place? And yeah, so yeah, we have some expectations, but I feel like the author is gonna meet it no problem. Yeah, and I stand by those thoughts completely, and I want to re-experience that world through the eyes of someone who saw a lot, and I don't know, it seems like he is a very, very lonely character amongst even all of the victors. I think it's gonna be a whole different world because we know the outcome, we know what happened, we know the origins of it, but now we are really in the thick of it in this world. We're gonna see a lot, we're gonna hear a lot, we're gonna rage a lot, and I think that this is gonna be something that I am gonna want to just dedicate an entire reading vlog for, because when I dedicate a book to a reading vlog, I am definitely very detailed about my reviews, about my feelings and my thoughts, and I definitely take the time to sit with it when I need to. So I think that this is what this book needs, and I would like to do that for this book. So yes, while all of my TBR, physical, virtual, non-existent yet, is going to be involved in this readathon, these four right here are the ones that are going to take priority. Those are the plans for this upcoming month. I will have all of the links to everyone and everything in the description box down below, as well as my own personal link for my lifestyle channel, my bookstagram, my regular Instagram, my TikTok, which is now kind of turning into a book talk, and if I am able to, for my Flip account, and I can talk to you guys more about what Flip is, because I know it's a newer type of app and people are starting to just now like really get into it and get into the hype of it. It's a great place to be. I do highly recommend it for anyone who is a content creator or wants to get into content creation. I think it's a great platform, so I can definitely talk to you guys more about that if you guys so choose. I do have bookish content on there as well, so yeah, it was worth mentioning here. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for being the best bookish bestie that ever was, is, or ever will be. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!